Hello, Mr. Lullable. First one in my stream today. Hello. I'm gonna be starting like right now. Yeah, there we go. So hello. We're gonna have a little bit of a chill stream today. I just wanted to get some things done, and I figured I would do them on camera because why not? And just have a bit of a hangout session, bit of a, a bit chilled. Kind of not expecting there to be loads of people here today either. One question, can you hear the music? I think I fixed that. I think everything is now fixed, so I think hopefully you've got the music in the background that you can hear. And you obviously let me know if that's like too loud or too quiet or anything. And also, hopefully, okay, good, we got a yes on that one, that's good. And my mic's lighting up, and I think we've got chat showing on my screen, so that's for the YouTube people. So if you're watching this on YouTube, because I do plan on uploading this to YouTube at some point, then hello to you. So yeah, I'm going to be working on the bass a little bit. No worries on me, you're welcome. I always, you know me, I always warn. Yeah, I should get better at that, but I'm going to be working soon on getting a stream schedule happening, which is a little bit scary, right? We found a ruined portal. Those are really fun. I like those. They're a good thing. So this right here is how I've been doing this. Let's see, we want this one here on. Yeah. So you can see this is the schematic of the build that I'm making. The reason these blocks are red is because it thinks I've put in the wrong blocks, because I've randomized like iron and white concrete. But when I made this in creative, I didn't bother doing that because it would just take like so much longer than it needs to when you're doing it creative. So it thinks these are wrong, but they're not, basically. But yeah, so that's how we've been doing this. And this is how far we've got, which is not bad. Now, one thing I was thinking is I need ideas for what we're going to go like inside these big things. So we've got obviously two of these big rooms, one on each side. And basically, around about here, so this is the center point. Above us right now is the tower. But I realized I don't need to have the circle bit coming in here like it would do. I'll show you what I mean. Because I can save space if I want to use that. You see here the circle overlaps. So technically, if we were building this like all the way down to the floor, as we have done with this bit, then this little bit here would be like missing from the inside. But I think we can build it like this and just put it on top. But I still got to figure out what's going to go in the indoor bit of this. So yeah, ideas welcome. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do leave a comment. And if you're right here on the stream, obviously you can let me know in the chats. Now I just want to see what I've got here. So we got like, all right, over a shulker full of white concrete. That's very good. And then I think we've got like the rest of this is iron. Huge shout out to Oppo who let me steal a load of iron from him. So that has been super helpful. Thank you so much. A mob farm. That's an interesting idea. Actually, no, we'll sleep. Yep. Mob farm. That could be cool. Although I was kind of thinking of having a mob farm higher up and having them falling, but then I wasn't sure how that would work. So maybe a ground level one would be an idea. Someone else suggested as well like a big aquarium, and it got me thinking what we could do is have like a glass tunnel going through the middle here, fill the rest with water, and then have it as like one of those walk-through aquariums that you see. You guys might have even been to them in real life, you know, and there's like a big tunnel over your head. So I was thinking maybe we could do something like that. I thought that was a decent idea. But yeah, we're still looking into that, I guess, and considering what we're going to do. Okay, so what I need to do for now is get a ton of this stuff. So let's get rid of this stuff from my inventory. And let's go, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so the rest will be, yeah. So basically this is going to be predominantly a white concrete build, but it'll be reasonably even with the amount of white concrete and iron. It's just that I'll show you guys what I mean in a second when I'm doing my randomization process. It's going to end up being a little bit more white concrete, but that's also because it's a lot easier to get. Even though it's difficult, it's still easier to get. Can you give Oppo and random mod, please? I can indeed. I thought Oppo, do you mean on the server, Romy? Because I think Oppo has it on here. I think it's just random that doesn't. Yeah, pretty sure, but we can check. Or you can let me know. Alright, so we're going to keep building up this one for now. Kind of going to build these one at a time, I guess. So let's get the schematic placed back in a second, just so I know what I'm doing. Because I know, yeah, like pretty soon we're going to need like some glass. So that's all going to be cut out. And we're also going to need some terracotta and stuff as well. Oh, on Twitch. Oh, yeah, I can. I'm not really while I'm streaming, I don't think. Unless Are they both like here and want to mod this stream? Because if so, then I'll try and figure it out. Yeah, okay, so basically up to, you see it gets a little bit confusing when you're, because like these blocks aren't really, so it's like another 2, and then I can worry about the rest of it later. So what I need to do is get back over here. Oh, I fell. I fooled. On Twitch and random on the server. Yeah, random needs to be online for me to do it, for me to put him into the staff group. Oppo I think is done, but you can let me know. And as far as on here, then yeah, if they're ready, then I'll fix it up. All right, so we're gonna take that off. So what I do is just kind of scroll through my mouse wheel, and then just whatever block I land on is what I place. And it's a little bit slow, but like, as in slower than it could be. But at the same time, I think it's pretty much as fast as you're going to get for randomizing the block placement. Like, and it's a true randomization, really. Like, you know, you could end up with anything, so that's kind of cool as well. And I think it's way better to have it than if it was all the same thing. Hey, Beetlejuice, welcome along to the stream. You know, as you're here, Beetle, I started something new, guys. We're doing a can of questions, which is an idea I kind of stole from someone called Tommy Edison. I'm a big fan of his podcasts. And he puts videos of them on YouTube. He's been known as a few different things at this time. He's a blind film critic, so he would review movies and sort of his unique experience watching those movies as a blind person. But yeah, I highly recommend him. Do check him out. But he does this thing, a kind of questions where people can write in and submit questions and things that he'll then answer in his stream. So it might be like a good idea to give me a bit of extra content. And Beetle, I think, was one of the first people to submit. She was the first. I'm looking at it right now. So I will answer your question, Beetle, as you're here right now. Not that one about how am I. I'm very good, thank you. How are you? I'm actually, well, I say I'm very good is a bit of a lie to say. I'll be honest, I'm hungover. I'm quite hungover. So yeah, I'm struggling a bit today. I need to delete these when I get them in the wrong spot. But I'm okay. I'll live. You know, it's self-inflicted, so no sympathy. Anyway, Beetle's question was, what made you decide to start trying out YouTube / streaming, and what has kept you going? So, put your pick in your offhand. That's a good point, Omi. Yep, I could definitely do that. Yeah, I've been drinking loads of water today, but it's, you know, I mean, it's now 6:45 in the evening, so I'm better than I was. I'm able to stream. Anyways, so your question, sorry. What made me start YouTube, wasn't it? Yeah. I guess I wanted to be more productive with what I was doing, because I was doing a lot of gaming and just felt like it was like fun, but also it's kind of a waste of time, right? Because yeah, it's not not the most productive thing in the world, right? Like compared to, you know, doing actual things that matter. So I was like, well, if I make a YouTube channel, it would be kind of productive, you know, and potentially lead to, but well, basically what it has led to, where I'm now like earning money out of doing it, and it's, you know, something I'm building towards making like a career out of and whatever. So yeah, that was kind of the initial sort of thought process, and then I was quite inspired as well by Etho. I've talked about him a lot, but yeah, he inspired me to try and like take Minecraft to the next level. And I found that making videos for it, you kind of are forced to try and do things a little bit better and a little bit nicer, because, you know, people are going to be watching. And, you know, whereas before in my Minecraft world, if I needed like a mob farm, I might just make the mob farm and then see how it looked and maybe just leave it, like, even if it looked a bit rubbish, because it was more about the functionality of the build. And obviously that's still important, but like, you know, you try and make it look a little bit nicer as well, I think, when you're doing recording. So I thought, you know, it would be a win-win. Like, I'd probably get more out of my Minecraft game by sort of forcing myself to just push it to the limit a little bit more and just do some bigger and nicer builds and things. And something that could be basically the job that I would love to have. This was my thinking like years ago, and I was at that time I was like, well, it's a long shot. Like, being a YouTuber is incredibly difficult, but being a YouTuber in the gaming industry, particularly Minecraft, like, it was always going to be difficult. I knew that, but I was like, you know, whatever, we'll give it a go. We'll see how it happens. And if I could do it, it would be my dream job. And the reason for that is because I love to travel. And I could be anywhere in the world doing YouTube, so that's really nice. And so, you know, I thought that would be really nice. Oh, okay. Good job I locked that because I almost removed it. Actually, I want to remove that one so it's not confusing. Yeah, so being able to like travel and still be able to work is obviously like really cool because then you can travel for longer and stuff. Like, you know, and if I'm like, if you're a YouTuber, you basically work for yourself, and although you'll have to, you know, produce a certain amount of content and stuff to earn your monies, you can sort of, you know, if you want to take the day off or if you want to go traveling or, oh my goodness, okay, this is when it gets confusing, or whatever, you know, you can do that. So it was always something I thought would be like a dream career from like way back. And then the decision to actually start, like, I was just like, well, I won't take it too seriously. I'll just try and have some fun with it and we'll see what happens. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. And, you know, no looking back, no regrets. Like, in fact, quite the opposite. It really was the best thing I ever did. And I'm really glad that I did take that decision. I always wish that I had, you know, done it like a long time ago. But at the same time, at least I did it, you know, when I did. And I'd rather be doing it, you know, than starting today. Like, not that I don't think, you know, I think you can start today and you can do it and stuff. But like, it's just, I think it's, you know, at least I've got 3 years. I've got 25,000 subscribers and stuff. So that's like a big jump on if I was starting from scratch today. So that's nice. So yeah, try and stay positive with it. And as for Twitch, it was just kind of a natural follow-on, obviously from someone that was doing, you know, YouTube a lot, and then someone that was, oh my goodness, okay, this is getting, I need a better way of doing this. Yeah, someone that was like looking at, as I say, you know, taking it to the next level of hopefully doing it full time and stuff. So it was like, well, that would be a way to help me do it full time, because it is another potential for reaching a new audience. Is also potential for earning extra income, of course. Thank you, Beetlejuice. Thanks very much. Hey, Oppo. Excuse me. Hey, Oppo. Hello. Yeah, so like it was kind of a natural thing, and it was also like another way to connect with you guys a little bit better, and, you know, have more of that, I guess, community feeling to what I'm doing on my channel, which is something I've always really enjoyed, to just try and get to know people a bit better and you know, share some of my stories and things as well with people as we go along. So yeah, the motivation for that was, I don't know, it's almost like ancillary. It's almost just that, like, I want it because it helps my YouTube channel. It's not like I really think of myself as a streamer. You know, I'm starting to think of myself as a YouTuber. I'm getting there. I've still got a bit of a way to go, but that's fine. But I certainly don't think of myself as like a streamer, but it's something I do because it helps me to be a YouTuber, I think. I know I give you so much grief, but I'm actually so glad you're doing what you love, and you're an inspiration to me. Lol. Thank you very much, people. You don't give me too much grief. You're okay. There's many people who are a lot worse than you, don't worry. And it's nice that I could inspire someone to do YouTube and stuff, because a bit of a shout out to Beetle. I know that she's been starting up a YouTube channel of her own recently and getting into that a bit. So go check her out, guys, you know. But yeah, you know, because Etho obviously inspired me, and I think it's always nice if you can pass that on and inspire other people. And you know, I do get comments like that occasionally from people that I've inspired them either to start a channel or like you know, to do something in Minecraft or come back to Minecraft or whatever after a break. And you know, part of your question was also about, like, you know, what's made me keep going, like why do I still do it and stuff like that. And honestly, it's things like that. It's the comments that I get and the support I get from people and stuff. That's just, you know, some days you do feel like you're really making a difference to people in certain ways, and it sort of then becomes so much more than just making Minecraft videos so that you guys know how to make a, you know, how to break bedrock or how to make an Enderman farm or something like that, right? It is because I love you guys. That's absolutely right. Collectively, as you know, like everyone who's supported me, just as like a general thing, and that there is a lot of love there for me. This is a genuine thing, because it's really changed my life. It's changed my outlook on life for the better so much doing YouTube. Like, I could never have anticipated it would be like this when I started out at all. But that's what keeps me going. And also, I think, you know, anytime I do a video that's getting loads of views, or you go through months sometimes where you get like a lot of subscribers and things coming in, it's really like motivating when that happens. I think it's one of the hard things with YouTube, because you have to do a lot of a grind and a lot of work and stuff without always getting a reward like straight away. Sometimes it takes a long time before you get anything out of it. And I think that's why a lot of people fall off and don't make it, because it can be hard to keep pushing itself. So I think when you get those like surges in views, or that video that starts to take off, or a series, or like just a month where your channel is just doing really well, when things like that happen, it's really good for like motivating you to do more. I am indeed stuck with you, Omi. Yes, very happily stuck with you. I have to say, very happily stuck with you all. So I think that answers the question pretty much. If there's anything else you want to ask me on that, Beetle, then do let me know. And I share your sentiment that Omi is indeed an amazing person. Right, now we can start getting some of this stuff down into our hotbar. Oh no, what have I done? Hold on. Put you there. Get all of you down here. There we go. But thank you for the question. It's a good question, and it's one that I get asked a lot. So I think you're probably not the only one that would have found that like interesting or whatever. And yeah, that's fine. Feel free to add questions. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of streaming, as I say. It's like just connecting with you guys, hanging out with you guys a little bit. Even like an episode or a stream, I should say, like this. Where I'm not really doing anything hugely exciting. Although to me, this is reasonably exciting, so I'm really looking forward to having this base built up. But you know what I mean. Like, it's not like maybe as useful as like a tutorial video or something, but it is an opportunity to at least hang out, have a bit of a chat, and get to know each other a little bit better, which is nice. So let's see how far. So we are. That one goes there, and there's one there. Yeah, and then place you there, and then 2, and around we go. Okay, so this isn't too bad as long as I turn it on and off. I wish I could hotkey that, actually. That would be useful. Maybe I can. I'll check that out sometime. Alright, let's see. There was some more in the kind of questions, so I might delve back into that and see what else has been asked in here. The next question was from Carl Weezer. And Carl says, how to YouTube? Do you remember when Cypher told me you talked about me in the YouTube vid, the cow grinder, and you almost I remember that. I actually remember that. That was when I was new to Splash. Well, Splash just in general was new. And we're friends, Beetle, of course. And yeah, I remember you had this rep on the Splash server at the time of just being the person that was like treating animals terribly all the time. Like, you had them all jammed in and you were killing them and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is. So then I made like a cow farm, I think it was, and I think that's when I mentioned you. Pretty sure. Yeah, I remember that. Alright, let's see. So put that on. It's actually good. This is buying me some time to think about that, how to answer that next question. How to YouTube. The problem I have with that question is I could honestly talk for hours and hours and hours about YouTube. Not that I'm claiming I'm some sort of YouTube expert or anything like that, but it's just because I'm passionate about it. I guess I can talk about it a lot. I guess as a brief, well, we'll see how brief this ends up being, but as like an overview, how to YouTube. I think specifically, I only really want to talk about how to, like, my advice to the gaming YouTubers, because obviously I don't feel like I have much of a right to talk about other channels because I haven't done that. I think the biggest thing, really is the biggest thing, is you've got to always look at what value you're offering to the watcher, to the viewer. Because if you offer them something, if you are giving them value, then that's when they'll subscribe. That's when they'll keep coming back. That's when they'll like the video, because they feel like they've gotten something out of it. I think it's so important. And on my channel, that value is sort of 99% the tutorial value that I offer, in terms of like the value being I can show people how you can do certain things in Minecraft that maybe they didn't otherwise know, or maybe it's a better way or a new way of doing something that they didn't know about or whatever. And that then people will subscribe and they'll keep coming back because they know that they can rely on you. They can trust you to help them out, to give them things that are going to be useful and whatever. Now, in terms of the values, I think there's 5 values that they say. So I'm just trying to think of what they all are right now. Let me just get this little next bit. Oh, what am I doing? Just get this a little bit placed, because multitasking is not my strong point. Right, that goes in there. So there's another yeah, there's a few going up on top of this, right? So there we go. This is going to get easier soon as well because it's just like half of it. Anyway, yeah, so the 5 values, there's entertainment, there's being the best at something, there is challenge value, you know, can I beat Minecraft in 20 minutes or something, you know, whatever. There's educational value, and then there is uniqueness. These are all things that people will value. Like if you are, you know, the first person to ever do something, then it's a very unique, rare idea, then people will like that. And if you consistently do that, you can definitely build a really strong audience from that, because they'll then, if you're showing them something that's never been done before, they can then do that with their friends, and, you know, kind of be the cool kid because they know something that, you know, other people don't. So then they'll definitely subscribe and they'll keep coming back, and they'll like what you do and stuff. It's actually interesting because I started a YouTube course. It's like a 30-day course. I think you have access to it for like a year, but it's supposed to be a 30-day course. I think for me it will take a little bit longer because I'm sort of going quite in depth with it and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But like the point is, in the course they were talking about gaming YouTubers specifically for a bit of it, and the guy was saying, well, you know, you got to think about why do people play video games, and then specifically why would they watch your videos on you know, the video game in question. So obviously for me, Minecraft, right? Like, why are they going to watch that? What is it they get out of the video games and all that sort of thing? And they were like, you need to really understand your demographic and understand who's watching. And the chances are the people that are watching, you know, maybe they've got like work all day and they come home and they're tired and they've had their boss like telling them what to do all day, and maybe their boss is a bit of a jerk. You know, a lot of people don't particularly like their boss, or they just have difficult days working with customers or whatever it might be. You know, everyone's got all their problems in life and difficult things going on, and then they come back and they can rely on you to deliver a video that'll either entertain them, take their mind off the rubbish day they had, or maybe it'll be like, you know, they're into gaming because when they play the game, they're not answering to a boss anymore, they're in control of their world a lot more. And maybe if you're doing like tutorials like I do, you're showing them in hopefully an easy and concise way, you know, how to do certain things in the game. And it sort of takes this level of like, it's not just about showing people like, hey, here's how you can build this iron farm or something. You know, it's what you're actually giving them is maybe a sense of empowerment. And it's kind of deeper than, you know, most people would think about and whatever. Most people are just going, well, yeah, you know, people want to know how to make an iron farm because they want loads of iron in the game. But there is a lot more to it than that. I never really thought about this, but gaming is really that, isn't it? It's all about having control over your environment, particularly in Minecraft. That's basically the whole premise of the game, isn't it? It's taking control of your environment. And it's, yeah, it was just, I just thought it was really interesting. I thought about it in a whole new way that I hadn't really thought about before. And so that's why providing value to these people is so important, because the other thing as well is they're going to have so many opportunities with other YouTubers, other videos, you know, to watch things, to learn things and whatever. And so if you're not consistently providing value, then, you know, they have so many other options that they'll just go elsewhere. It's a very saturated market, so you really have to try and put a lot into each video and work hard at what you do. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't misplace them that often. It was just that finicky bit with the schematic being loaded up. So yeah, I think how to YouTube. I mean, you know, I could talk a lot about thumbnails and titles and the statistics and stuff like that, but really, like, if there's one thing you're going to focus on, it is all about that value that you're offering to people, and that's what your focus should be on, in my opinion. But thank you for the question, Carl. These questions are good because, as you can see, like, I'm able to kill a lot of time just talking about them, and it's perfect in an episode like this where there's less going on for me to commentate on. You know, I could just be like, iron block, concrete, iron block, concrete. But that wouldn't be overly fun for either of us. So yeah, these questions are good for that. And it's sort of something I want to lean more towards in my streams, is just talking a little bit more about me and my life, and just sharing some stuff with you guys. Not like hopefully in too much of an egotistical way or anything like that, more just like offering something a little bit different. for people that just want to kind of hang out and chill for a bit. Because, you know, I do it myself. I sometimes just like to sit down and put on a YouTube video while I'm chilling, like even if I'm going to sleep or something. Just kind of listen to it, and if the person's got some interesting things to talk about, then, you know, it's just nice to sit there and listen to all that, right? And so it's not always, I don't think, about having to be super hype or like doing the tutorial stuff. Sometimes we can maybe do some of these more chilled things as well. And it'll also help me, I think, to get a stream schedule that I can stick to, because I don't have to be in a super pumped mood. Like right now, today, I'm tired and stuff, but I'm still easily able to do a stream like this where we're just kind of hanging out, you know? So I hope you guys like it. If you're watching this on YouTube, do leave a comment and let me know, guys, if this is something you would like to see more of or not. A lot of people have asked for more of these types of streams and things, so I think it will be hopefully reasonably popular. But I'm going to have a drink from my very reasonably priced Tortuga mug. Joking aside, I'm so pleased with this thing. It's pretty decent quality. So, yeah, the Redbubble merch stuff that we've got going on is a great idea. I love it. And I got my Tortuga shirt on, which is, as you guys can see, super comfortable shirt. It got like a really big and baggy, so it's just really nice. You're waiting for a hoodie. I love hoodie. I would have liked to have got a hoodie, but it's just way too hot here. Like, we're going into summer. So I recently put all my hoodies up on the top shelf of my wardrobe, and I'm like, you know, I'll see them again in 6 months, because I literally won't be wearing a hoodie for the next 6 months. Which is a bit disappointing, because I actually really like wearing hoodies, because they're like comfy and stuff. And especially when you're gaming, like, it's just nice to get your big baggy favorite hoodie on and sit down and game. But yeah, I would boil. It's why I'm now streaming without my hat on as well, and with these things, because those big headphones I have, I mean, they're great quality and they're comfortable and that sort of stuff, that's fine. But basically like giant earmuffs, you know, like they make you so hot. And if we're sat here for a long time, like, it's just not good. Misplaced one now. I blame on me. She jinxed me. Let's put you over there. Yeah, so whereas like these earbuds are nice and they're wireless and stuff as well. I'm not buying you a hoodie on me. You'll be waiting a very long time for that one. I've even got my fan on in the background right now, and I'm wearing shorts and no socks or anything. So I'm literally wearing like as little as I possibly could be while still doing the stream, you know, PG and all that. I don't need my pick of my offhand, it's fine. We've got this, alright? Thank you to Fangles for having a little snooze there. See what I'm doing again now a little bit. It's actually coming on quite nicely. I wonder how far up we are if we get the schematic loaded up. Oh, we're getting up to my apartment. That's what that big circle in the middle is going to be. It's going to be where I like sleep and stuff, and it'll have like really nice 360-degree views. Actually, not quite, because it'll be blocked by this bit and the other tower. But you guys, you know what I'm saying. That'll be cool. I'm so excited for when this is going to be built. I think this is going to be, yeah, like by far the biggest base I've ever built. So it's exciting for me to do that. Something I haven't really done in the past, you know. All right, let's see. We got running a bit low. We get a few more levels done, and then I'm gonna have to try and fly back up and land on here, and that'll be interesting. Cinder asks me, "Am I good at algebra?" I was reasonably good at algebra. I never had the interest in maths, just in general. Not a great numbers guy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, Oppo. It's such a useful tool when you're doing these types of builds, for sure. Yeah, so I was reasonably good at algebra back in the day, but I haven't done it in years, so like I think I'd be out of practice now. It's like anything, right, if you don't do it for a long time. But yeah, I just never really enjoyed maths. When I was in England, when I was 16, we did GCSEs. I did get an A at GCSE maths. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I must have been reasonably good at it. But then I did it at AS level and got like a U. Mainly because I had other interests, shall we say, which were not of a mathematical nature, but more of a, you know, well, partying nature, should we say. So yeah, I didn't concentrate a lot at school at that point, which I, you know, don't necessarily recommend for you guys. Just sharing my story there. But yeah, so I don't know. I was really good one year, and then the next year I plummeted. It was a whole lot different at AS level. It was all more like theoretical mathematics and stuff, and it was hugely complicated stuff. But yeah, so long story short, you might be saying too late, but I was reasonably good at algebra, but never really had huge interest in it. I wonder why you ask, because if you're hoping that I'm gonna like do your algebra homework or something, like, I'll tell you now, that ain't gonna happen. I do not choose to do maths like ever. If I'm doing maths, it's because I have to for something. It's not something I particularly enjoy at all, even if I am reasonable at it. But there we go. I'm not that worried that I'm not the best at maths. I just like see these people who are really good at mental maths, and I'm like, I'd love to be able to do that, just work stuff out really quickly in my head, you know? Oh, I landed. All right, I was okay. That's good. That's awesome. All right, let's go back to the can. See how these questions are going. So, any places you want to travel after the COVID thing is over? Oh boy, I can't tell you how much I want to travel. I'm someone who, just in general in life, I travel a lot. I always have. Something I really enjoy doing, and yeah, like I was traveling this whole year, and well, I was meant to be traveling this whole year, and then the coronavirus hit, and I had to return home. But yes, I definitely want to travel again. Right now, I'd settle for just being able to pop over to like Melbourne or Sydney. But that ain't gonna happen for a long time because the COVID over there is really bad. We're so lucky in Perth, like everything is back to normal. We're now at stage 5 of our plan, which basically means everything is literally back to normal. So there's no capacity limits, even on big events like stadium events and things like that. We have as many people as we want in any area, you know. So it's pretty weird because I know the rest of the world is hugely different to that. But when I can travel again, I think, as I say, Melbourne and Sydney will be the first places I'll go to, because they should probably open up like domestic travel a lot sooner than international, I'd imagine. And also Australia, as I say, it's not as bad as other parts of the world. So like, I think we'll hopefully recover as a country quicker than most other places. But once everything's back to normal, I think I wouldn't mind popping back to England for a bit. See my family and my friends and stuff. I'm supposed to be a groomsman at one of my best mates since I was like 15. He's got a wedding. He's getting married in June or July next year, I think it was. I need to like have a catch up with him though, see if that's still happening. Obviously, a lot of people like change their plans and stuff. Hair of the dog, yeah. Well, Splash and I might be doing that later on me. I must be mad. I really must be. Because I'm out again tomorrow night as well, so I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so going to England, just catching up on a few things, having the good old English food. Like, I miss Cornish pasties a lot. Oh, I got... Hey, Hawk Halo, my goodness. You just... What is happening here? I'm not... Someone, like, shared an emote and gifted some subs. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm not sure what's actually happening. Hawk Halo, huge shout out to you. You've just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs to people. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Oh, and I got an emote because of that as well. What a legend. Wow, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. I really do. Indeed, 5 gifted subs, Bomb. Hugely unexpected with only 11 people here and stuff like that. You know, these quieter streams. The support you guys give me is way too generous, but I do appreciate it. And as part of trying to do a little bit of a better job for you guys as well, I'm going to have a stream schedule soon. So I'm going to get my, I nearly said a non-PG word there. I'm going to get my things together. I think you guys know what word I might have been thinking of there. And, you know, just be more regular for you guys and get more streams done and stuff like that. Should be good. But yeah, thank you so much, Hawk. You know, it really genuinely is appreciated when you guys support me like this. And is a fantastic help to me as well, of course, with what I'm doing. You know, you guys, when you like support me, whatever it is, if it's a view, a like, a comment, obviously things like donations and things like that, you know, it's not just a case of like I'm getting an extra view or an extra sub or whatever. It's you're really like helping to, as I said before, you know, like support my dream career, and I can't thank you enough for that. You know, you know, Beetle earlier, you asked about, you know, why do I keep going? I mean, this is a prime example. Just like things like this that happen, that I just get a little bit overwhelmed at how kind people are, and as I say, that's why it's really changed my outlook on the world. I just think that it's made me see the world as a better place from doing this. You know, it really has. I missed the world's most important wedding. Which one's that? Which one are you referring to? But yeah, so if I did go back to England, then I would also like to, you know, if I go all that way, it's a long way, I would like to, while I'm there, do some traveling in Europe as well. Even if it's just like a week somewhere, just having some fun, chilling out. I mean, the art and the culture and the history in Europe is just fantastic, and you know, you get like all different. I love trying like all different food and drink from different parts of the world. Just trying things I've never tried before. I love doing that. So like, I'm trying to think. You know what? Barcelona would be on my list. I've never been. I love tapas, and you know, Spain is also known for having its good beers and wines and things. Just the culture and stuff there would be amazing. Having said that, one Spanish culture thing that I would refuse to go to is bullfighting. I think it's absolutely disgusting that they still do that. Quite strongly opinionated on this one. Yeah, it just annoys me. Like, that level of animal cruelty and gore and stuff is just, yeah, it just angers me a bit. So I wouldn't be doing that. But other than that, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on there that I would like to do. Visit Poland. Yeah, you know, I've heard good things about Poland. New camp for sure. Yeah, that would be awesome. Go to a stadium tour. I'd love to see a game there. Especially if I could see a game there whilst Messi was still playing for them. Because I've never seen him live. That'd be very cool. But yeah, so there's tons of things I'd like to do in Barcelona and in Spain and stuff. But then even like, you know, I'd like to go to Italy. I've never been to Russia. I'm not sure. I've heard mixed reviews about Russia, about, you know, as a place to visit, whether it's good or bad or whatever. So I'm not sure about that one. I definitely will go one day, but yeah, I'm not sure if that would be on my list of like somewhere I'd be going to soon. Right, this is all glass, so we're actually just keeping on for a little while. Yep. Alrighty, just checking in. Let me have a little catch up on chat here as well. Hey, Aristo. Aristo, little shout out to Aristo, one of the Tortuga content creators, who just, I am, well, excuse me, my goodness. Oh, I think something went down the wrong way there. Hang on. Man, it's got dark while I've been streaming. Ooh, just went onto my webcam. This is like a late night DJ chill stream. Yeah, chilling with not much light. Anyway, Aristo. Yeah, I love his videos, genuinely. They are awesome, and they make me smile. So do check him out. While we're here, let's give some mentions to other people before Omi gets annoyed at me. Omi is another Tortuga content creator. She's a streamer, so Omi_Minds right there. Go check her out. If you're on the YouTubes right now, check these people out. Check out Aristo, check out Omi. If you go to the description, there'll be links right there, so you can just click on those. Made it easy for you guys. I think that's all the content creators who are here in chat right now, but for a full list of Tortuga content creators, as I say, you can go to the video description. You are breathtaking indeed, Aristo. Absolutely. Barcelona's really bad for pickpocketing. Interesting. I have to be careful while I'm there then. Omi, what wedding did I miss? What you never answered my question about that. But yeah, so definitely I'm keen to travel when all this is over. I'd like to go out to Vegas. I was in Vegas the day that everything shut down, so I only managed to see old Vegas, none of the new stuff. So like, I really wanted to go to the Bellagio and the Aria and the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and all that sort of stuff. Didn't get to do any of it. It was all shut. It was very disappointing. You didn't mention the upcoming wedding of your best friend in the whole world. I haven't missed your wedding yet, though, Omi. That's why I got confused, because I assumed you meant yours, but then I was like, well, yours hasn't happened yet. So that's your fault for being confusing. All right. Can't get married. Oh, you guys. So yeah, I would definitely love to go out to Vegas and do it properly, because I feel like I was a little bit cheated out of that one. Got all that way and everything was shut. I placed not a single bet in Las Vegas, which I'm someone who, like, you know, if I go for a night out, I don't mind a bit of roulette and blackjack and stuff like that. Gamble responsibly, guys. Or better yet, don't gamble at all. But yeah, I do play these games, like, you know, when I'm out socializing and stuff. So I was like, would have been quite fun to have done that in Vegas. As someone who used to play a whole lot of poker as well, I've always wanted to play poker in Vegas, and so like, none of this stuff happened, and it was very disappointing. But there we go. Funnily enough, like, COVID for most people has just had such a negative impact. But for me, although like at the time it seemed negative and stuff, looking back and where I'm at in my life now and stuff, it's actually been a positive thing, like really positive thing in my life. Like, so much good has come out of COVID happening for me. So I am never playing poker with you again off. That stat poker, oh my goodness, I got absolutely rinsed. I lost like 50 diamonds or so. I mean, that is hours of mining. I'm just so sad. But you're just holding the winning hand every time in that game, basically. So it's like, there's no point. Just outplayed. I mean, I'm an idiot. I played poker against the guy who made the machine. The guy who himself chose all the stats that he would put into the machine. He chose what he entered. Like, of course he's winning every hand. Like, what am I thinking playing against him? It's so dumb. So stupid. Oh boy. I'll make my own gambling machine. I'm gonna have to. That's true, Oppo. That's true. Yeah, it was a lot of diamonds. I don't even want to think about it. This is sadness. But yeah, I'm gonna make my own little casino on here. I think you're gonna come and spend all your diamonds there, playing and losing all my games, like the casino I made on Splash. Do something like that. Alright, let's go back to the can. Let's see what else is happening, because I think there was a few more questions. I might not be able to get through all the questions today. If you submitted one earlier today, we'll see, but I'll try and get through a good few of them. Okay, how long did it take you to get to the size you are now on YouTube? Also, I can't catch all the streams, so it'd be helpful if you also PM me the answer. There's asked by Aiden. Aiden is also a Tortuga content creator. How long it took me to get to the size I am now on YouTube is, I guess, 3 years, and, well, it'll be 4 years in January, so January 2021 will mark 4 years on YouTube for me, which that is insane, actually, thinking about that I'm coming up for having been doing this for 4 years. Like, doesn't feel that long. But having said that, like, I didn't take it seriously or try very hard at first, because it was only meant to be a hobby. I had like a very busy full-time job at the time, like, so I just didn't even consider like maybe I would do this for a living one day. So it was just a hobby. And so I've only actually really put effort in for about a year or so, maybe like 18 months. And you know, you can kind of see that from the growth of my channel as well. Like, it's definitely sped up a lot since I've been trying and stuff. I remember when I first started out, I didn't even want to do thumbnails, because I was like, oh, Etho doesn't do thumbnails. I don't want to be clickbaity. I don't want to do thumbnails, like all this sort of stuff. So like things like that just hugely stunted my growth, and it could have definitely grown a lot quicker. But yeah, so 4 years in January is the time that it took. But I think like there's no gauge on YouTube as to like, yeah, people's channels, like your growth will spike at different times, and you know, someone who starts a Minecraft YouTube channel today could overtake me in 3 months. or they could do it for 20 years and still not overtake me. Like, it just depends. Like, I mean, look at Dream, right? Dream started a channel not that long ago, I think maybe like a year ago or something. Now everybody knows his name, and he's overtaken like just like every Minecraft YouTuber. Who'd think that like someone would come along and be smashing Mumbo? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the sort of thing that's like, yeah. So anything can happen on there. You just got to stick with it. Hey, random, welcome along. But that's how long it took me, and I will try to remember to PM you as well. Websy says, what's the story behind your name and how has Splash helped you grow over such a short time? So the name thing, oh, look at this. Nightbot is doing a little thing about streamers. That's handy. That's a cool one, Ommi. Thank you for that. Where were we? Oh yeah, my name. Yeah, so I've talked about this a little bit before, so I'll just briefly answer that one. But basically, Kysen was a Japanese principle I was taught when I was studying business, and they spell it K-A-I-Z-E-N, which means continuous improvement. And I just thought it's kind of a catchy name. I like it, and it also has a good philosophy behind it. It's all, like, always how I saw my YouTube channel. I knew it wouldn't be perfect at first, but I'd just keep working on it. But it's also something that like just extends out to my philosophy on life in general. Like, I think the worst thing you can do in life is seek perfection. I think if you do that, you'll just be unhappy, and perfectionists don't get anything done because they spend so long doing each task, and it's just not a good way to be, I think. Whereas if you just go, well, I'm just going to keep trying to do a little better each day, you'll be surprised if you actually stick to that in like a year. You'll be surprised what you can do. Tony Robbins says, Tony Robbins is like a life coach, very famous life coach for those who don't know, but he said people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. And I think that's so true. Like, we think, okay, this week I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to smash out all these goals, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like we set ourselves targets that's so difficult that we set ourselves up to fail. Whereas if you just do a little bit better each day, in the course of a year, that is a huge amount that you could do. Like I've always said, like, if you are trying to get fit, for example, right, and you say, okay, I'm going to do 1 push-up today and 1 sit-up, that's it. And then tomorrow I'm going to do 1 more push-up and 1 more sit-up, so you're doing 2 a day, then 3 a day. By the end, you'd be doing hundreds a day, right? So things like that where, like, it can take a long time, but, like, then you're actually, yeah. So, I mean, so that's why I like the name. And then I had to spell it differently because Kysen was taken. So we got the K-Y-S-E-N version instead of the K-A-I-Z-E-N. I wanted to have like the Minecraft name, the YouTube channel, like just all the same. So because Kysen was taken in Minecraft, that's why I had to change it. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the spelling that I have and stuff is like, it's alright, The idea as well is like, if I was just sort of thinking, well, if someone watches a video and they go, oh, what was the name of that guy earlier that did the iron farm or whatever, they're trying to come back and find me again. Hopefully Kysen's a name that's reasonably memorable, maybe. That was sort of thinking at the time, but oh my goodness, I'm going to shut my window because it's getting a jungle in here. Living in Australia, guys. There's like bugs and things, and now I'm like paranoid that there's going to be something awful in here, but trying to think about it. See where we're at with this. Oh, look at this. We're actually getting there. Cool. So, why is there an extra bit here? Interesting. I just like move my head so I'm trying to see around the corner. So that, which obviously doesn't work on a 2D screen. Alright, so that's going to be all glass. Why? There's no blocks that have been placed here, are there? So this just like starts up. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that does actually make sense. Haha. So I'm going to kind of try. Let's just take this placement off a sec. Yeah, so basically it's that's picking back up again. Oh dang, alright, I need to try and get down to there and get that put in. And then, this is all glass. Alright, so we're gonna have to go down Alright, let's see if we can get this right. This would be some shot. So if we... Oh, did I miss? I think I completely missed. Oh, now I'm... Oh, this is rubbish. Alright, let's come up here a little bit. Looking pretty cool. Alright, so I need to get a... We have to fly by again. See if we can get this placed. Concentration is up there now, guys. Alright, so if I can place you about there. Yeah. And then I can just drop down onto it. So actually this is going to be easier to land with that off, right? And then just try and get up to the top here. Oh boy. It's pretty big though. Pretty tall build. I think I got a good size. Or have a good size base come the end. Hey, tubers. Why is it tubers? Why not YouTubers? But anyway, that's cool. Thank you for this, Omi. Very helpful for people who want to, you know, follow more peeps. And we are getting new content creators joining fairly regularly, actually. I mean, we get new people in general joining quite often. But the, yeah, it's been a bit of a surprise how many content creators we've had. Very pleasant surprise. And also just the quality of them as well. Alright, so I think it starts at that level. There. Right? And so this other stuff we can get rid of. Because that's terracotta. So it's on this one here. And then like across here. Just want to see if it gets any lower. YouTubers, there we go. Alright, so that's going to go there, and we need to get this pick. Okay, so this is starting to get a little bit weird again. So now the circle, I guess, is coming back around the front, right? That's what's happening here. Yeah, looks to be. I actually think this thing looks pretty cool at night. I think, especially once I get it all lit up properly at the end, it's going to be quite a nice building of an evening. Maybe this would be easier if I'd placed the glass first, but the problem is I've got to go make up like a whole load of cyan dye. So, yeah, and then we're going to have to make all of that into the glass. So we're working on it, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Oh, okay, so you go in there. How many's online right now? There's a few. It's one of the quieter times. Apparently we had 3 pages of people online recently. I didn't see that. I wasn't on at the time, but that's cool. Hey boss, how are you? Boss is one of our newer Tortuga members. Welcome along to the stream, buddy. Good to have you here. He's one of the players online right now as well, as you guys can see. He's currently mined 3 diamonds. Proof that he is indeed a newer player. We should probably change that stat soon anyway though. Just keep setting off little fireworks here. Trying to work out the portals. Yeah, the I guess the Nether Hub is a little bit confusing at first. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. And we have fantastic staff who will be very happy to help you out, I'm sure. If you have any dramas, any issues, finding where it is you're going. So once I've built this, does this just go all the way up? Yeah, it goes up with the rest of it. Alright, cool. So one there. Oh, we're almost around, are we? Let's see. Just this little bit, I think. Oh my goodness. Set off so many fireworks back then. Yeah, I think once this wall here is done, I think we're good. Let's try and get a few of these placed down. And we're back. Alright. So now we just need to build this up. Okay. That was the fiddly bit. Now we're back to the easy bit again. Oh, and look at this. I need more concrete. Oh, that might be an issue. If I don't have any concrete up here. Creeper there. Getting a lot of mobs spawning here. I kind of... Well, this is cool. Kind of need to, like, do something about these guys. But I don't know what. Oh, no, don't blow up. Because when they blow up, it's so annoying. I was thinking, like, it would be... Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. I was thinking of a beacon enchant that would be useful. Oh, that was it, yeah. If you could have a beacon enchant that prevented mob spawning in the beacon radius, how cool would that be? That would be so useful. Alright, so this is iron. I think that's iron as well. It's empty, empty, empty. Oh, we are white concrete. Alright, well, yeah, a little bit of an issue because making that up on camera isn't super fun. But you know what, actually, if I go through the can of questions, we can make it up for a little bit and I'll just like go through some of the questions. So we'll go through the process. I'll show you guys what I go through each time I have to do this, which is been quite often. But at least it is AFKable. So there's that at least. Oh, I have a friend request. Actually, we got a new Patreon, I think. Yes, we do. We have a new Patreon, so someone new is joining Tortuga. That's probably who has friend requested me right now. Okay, so what I do have is a lot of the materials that we need to make up more of the concrete powder stuff, loads of sand and stuff. So just put all my things in here for now, apart from I'll need you, and you, and you. I hate your brains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then some of the gravels as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then dye in here. Not very much, actually. Do we have anything around? Okay, I think we do have lots of dyes just upstairs at the moment. One of the advantages of the, you know, like a fringe benefit of the iron farm is of all the poppies, of course. So we've got all of this good stuff, which, of course, is our white dye. Oh, that's right. It's 1 for 1, isn't it? 3, 4. Okay, so that's should be good now. So we can make all this up. Oh, I used to have a crafting bench there. It's, I don't know where that's gone. Let's see. So let's make up a load of you. Oh, we have one too many. Okay. So normally I'd do like a full inventory. I'm just not worrying about it quite so much because if we're doing it while we're streaming, if it takes a little bit less time, it's not a bad thing. We might not even get through all of this. I just want to get through enough that I can go back to doing some more building on this stream without being too much of an issue. But we AFK over here, and then the cactus farm and the iron farm are also active at the same time. So I moved my automatic concrete machine into here. So I used to have this at my base. So what we need to do is, actually let's load this up first. And then put all the rest in a chest, apart from one stack, which we keep on us. And then we stand in here, right and left click, and unplug the mouse. And here I am, hands free. Good times. So, what I'm going to do now is very quickly go on my phone here and go to my can of questions on Discord, because I can't click it obviously. And have a little look at another question I can answer while this is happening. And hopefully we can get through a good bit of this, you know. Okay, where are you? Kind of questions. What was the last one I did? Oh, this was also Websy's. How has Splash helped your channel grow over such a short time? So Websy's plays a lot on Splash server, and he was on Tortuga for a little while as well. But he is like super busy with Splash. Does a lot of really cool builds on there for Splash and stuff. Anyway, how has Splash helped me to grow? It's interesting to Splash. For those who don't know, Splash is my brother. He actually introduced me to Minecraft in the first place. So really, without Splash, there'd be none of this. Like, I'd have 0 subscribers because I probably wouldn't have a YouTube channel. I honestly think if I didn't start playing Minecraft and kind of fall in love with the game, I don't think I would have a YouTube channel at all. I mean, maybe I would, but, you know, like, who knows, right? But certainly not doing what I do now and, you know, whatever. So he's kind of helped me in that way. We've got, like, a good cross-promotion of each other as well. You know, I promote his server a bit and he promotes me. And so that's good. I know that quite a few people have found me through Splash as well. Beetle was here earlier. I'm not sure she's still around, but she found me through Splash. Obviously, Websy's, who asked that question. Pretty sure he found me through Splash as well. Callie, who is now not only a Tortugan, but has been a very active staff member on Tortuga for quite some time. I'd say it must be coming on for about a year, Callie. He found me through Splash. So yeah, so like there's definitely some cool people I've met through that server, and like it's certainly helped me with subs and stuff. And you know, I hope that one day his server can really take off, because how cool would it be if both of us had full-time jobs from Minecraft? That would be sick. But yeah, so that would I guess cover that question. Let me have a little look and see what else we got in here. How many times a day do you say a dad joke or a pun? Asks Cinder. Quite a lot. Yeah, I tell a lot of jokes in general. I don't know. I've always been that guy, the one that's like always telling loads of jokes and always has a new joke and stuff like that. I like making people laugh. I like having a good time. So yeah, I'll say it. My brain is just wired that way. Like every time someone says something or something happens, it's immediately like trying to think of a joke or a pun or something. So quite a lot is the answer to that question. Yeah, I think I don't know if I talked about this before about how I wanted to be a comedian. So this was like when I was about 15. I wanted to be a comedian. That was my sort of dream career or whatever back then. And it's stuck with me throughout my life. I've actually written a comedy sitcom. I've written the pilot episode, and I've plotted out, like, literally written it out verbatim, like stage directions and, you know, dialogue and all that sort of stuff that you'd have in a proper script. And I've also, you know, like plotted out the rest of the series, and I have a filing cabinet with just like a whole drawer dedicated to comedy, things that I've written, ideas I've come up with. Not always about comedy actually. When I was writing, sometimes I'd write serious stuff. This is a bit of a heavy topic, but it is still PG. It's just a bit heavy, so I'm just, I don't know, giving a heads up. But I had this like plot idea for a movie that I thought was to be quite an interesting psychological thriller type of thing, where a woman is getting counselling because she was raped. Said it is heavy. And the person who raped her, it turns out, is her psychologist who's given her the counselling. And she doesn't know, obviously, that it's him, and like how that relationship would develop and how he would try to sort of manipulate her to not, you know, realise it's him and also not go to the police and stuff like that, you know? And I thought that could be kind of a interesting idea for it. So that's just one that comes to mind, but I had like quite a few movie ideas and stuff like that at that time. So sorry, I'm just quickly catching up on chat. Will be a year in January, February. Yeah, so there we go, coming on for a year. So yeah, quite a heavy one, but I did write a lot of comedy stuff. I had like everything. I had this like big book that was sectioned into like 5 different sections, and I'd have like a one-liner section where I'd write just little one-line jokes and things like that, and comebacks for hecklers and things like that. Yeah, no, fair enough on me. As I say, it's kind of heavy. It's a dramatic, heavy sort of thing. Just, I don't know. It was back then I would write anything and everything I had, you know, just to try and see what ideas would come out and stuff. But yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so I do tell a lot of jokes. Comedy's been a hugely important part of my life. When I was at school, I found comedy was like, I was never super popular, didn't have loads of friends at school. I was actually bullied for a lot of my time at school as well, like quite badly. And comedy was sort of my way out of all of that, because if you were the one that could make people laugh, if you were the funny guy, you know, it sort of got you friends, and you could kind of joke your way out of a situation where you might be about to get picked on or something, you know. So to me, that was just my sort of coping mechanism. And I think because of that, it put a lot of importance on my sort of value that I attribute to comedy as to what it can do to change people's lives. Hey, internet friends are the best people. All right, we're all here for you. We love you. If you need a female perspective on it, though, well, if I was ever going to write that movie, I would like 1,000% have to write it with a woman, because I think, you know, you'd have to have a female input. But I don't think that's one that I'm necessarily going to ever go back to or anything. I don't know, just as I say, something I did like when I was going through uni and stuff. It was something I would do. I spent all my time in my uni lectures just writing jokes mostly, and writing like ideas, like movies and stories and things, I used to actually say to my friends, give me 3 words, and during the hour that the lecture was on, I would write a joke on each of the 3 words, that I would try and create like a joke on each of the 3 words that hadn't been done before. And I'd also go for like trying to get all 3 of the words in the same joke. So if it was like, you know, oh, I think Splash is home. Is that you, Splash? I'll be out in a bit. Yeah, so then I'll try and get like all 3 words into a sentence. Splash just came home, if you're wondering why I'm randomly shouting. So yeah, that was basically all I did at uni, was write and study comedy, and that type of thing. Oh, something's happened. Okay, something's happened that I'm not going to read out. But yeah, anyway, that was a good question. I actually opened up quite a lot of stuff, a lot of which I don't think I've ever talked about before. So, good question. Thank you very much for that one. That was who was that question? Oh, that was Cinder asking about my dad jokes and puns. Then Beetle in the next question is asking how to become the ultimate dad joke king. I don't recommend it. You might lose you some friends. Like I say, I literally studied comedy back in the day, and I've read thousands and thousands of jokes, and I have this crazy like ability. I can remember jokes really, really well for some reason. Nice warning label. I just, you know, I gotta be honest here. Yeah, so I've got like a really good memory for remembering jokes and things. So I think a lot of them, like a lot of my jokes that I say aren't original. Like when I was doing my comedy, if I was ever going to perform it, then originality was like incredibly important to me. Like I didn't want to copy anyone, whatever. But yeah, when I'm just joking around socially and stuff, it doesn't matter if the joke's not mine, right? I just, you know, if it's funny, I'll say it, or if I think it's funny, I'll say it. And then Omi asks, I should say, who is my favorite staff member? My favorite staff member. Oh boy. I don't have one. I love you all equally. How's that? That's going to be my answer. How much concrete we got here? We might be able to go back to building in a sec. Well, that is it. I've actually got through all of the can of questions. So that's pretty cool. Thank you all for submitting those. If you want to submit some in future, if you're new here or whatever, you can go to my Discord. Link is down in the description. And you can submit them on there. But we're here and now, so if you have anything else you want to hear me talk about or whatever, then do chuck them in chat now as well. While we're just chilling here. If there's anything I talked about that you want to hear more about, or even something completely new, that is totally fine. I think like some of the stuff we talked about today I kind of glossed over a bit quickly. So, you know, because I never know how much information you guys want. Like that whole question about YouTube, like I said, I could do a whole stream on that if I really wanted to. So yeah. Do I also eat kangaroo like Splash does? I've tried it. I don't particularly like it. I don't hate it. Like, you know, if I was on a desert island and that was all that was there, I would manage to get it down me, I suppose. It's quite like it's a weird tasting meat. And I'm the sort of person that's like, even if like horse meat, for example, tasted amazing, I still don't think I could eat it because like, it's the thought of it, you know, and it's kind of the same with kangaroos, because kangaroos, like if you're an Australian, they're a pest, and they're like, you know, they're good. It's good to kill them because they're a pest to farmers and things. So that, you know, but to me as an English guy, I'm like, kangaroos are the sweetest, most amazing animal in the world, and I don't want to eat them. Like, so yeah, I think it's a bit of a weird one for me, but it tastes alright. Random says, who's my favorite comedian? Billy Connolly will take the crown for that. I do also really like Ricky Gervais. When I was 15 in England doing my GCSE exams and stuff, we're almost through all of our concrete. That's awesome. Can't believe we actually got through it all. Yeah, I would go and like do my exams and things, and then I would come home, and whereas everyone else would be like studying for the exam they had the next day, I would be watching Billy Connolly. And I would watch him tell jokes and things, and then I'd try and like copy him to try and like see how he got his stage presence and the gestures and things he would do, you know, just like, again, like this is what I wanted to do. Splash, are you happy to discuss our plans for the evening on this stream, or do you want me to come out and we'll talk about it then? Let me know. Splash and I might be socializing tonight, should we say? All right. In that case, not that long. We'll do this for a bit, and then I'll come and have a chat with you. And if we can't agree on anything, I might stream again later or something. Yeah, so we're gonna head back over to Thing. But Billy Connolly, yeah, so he was a hugely influential character in my life. I actually used to get up early every morning before school, about an hour before I had to, and I would wake up by watching half an hour of like an episode of his show, basically, where he's like his world tour of New Zealand and his world tour of Australia. Funnily enough, I was watching those way before I moved to Australia. And yeah, so I'd watch that for half an hour, and then I'd do half an hour of exercise before school. Yeah, Omi, get going right now, and I'll transfer over to you in a second. We'll do an Omi raid. Yeah, so I just loved him that much, and he got me through some like difficult times in my life and stuff. And he just like, oh, I need to get rid of one of these axes, I think. So I think that's the one I need to get rid of. I'll keep that in there. So we'll get rid of you. I'll go and throw it at a cactus. Yeah, and I just, you know, I think he's hilarious. I love his style of comedy as well. It's a bit old school now, and I think like modern times and stuff, he probably doesn't have as big of a following, but he was huge back in the day, you know. But yeah, Ricky Gervais is another one that I really like. He was the one that convinced me to write my sitcom, actually, and sort of gave me the idea for it and stuff, because he was all about, you know, write about what you know. So I was writing, like, the premise of my sitcom was about an English guy who goes to Australia to try and make it as a comedian, but he's a bit of a failing comedian. He's a bit arrogant, and everything is the audience's fault. It's not his fault. It's not his material's fault. You know, that's his sort of fatal flaw. And it's just like, because he's an English guy, you know, the Australians aren't responding to him and his humor and that sort of thing. And then he had this like arch nemesis who he hated, who the audience would also be positioned to sort of hate as well. But he's like a very successful comedian who's working the same sort of circuits, but is doing, you know, really well. And it would be about his, I guess, coming to terms and his realization of accepting his flaws as a comedian and actually working on his craft and that sort of thing. And yeah, like, he would write a sitcom, and the sitcom would do well, and he would transition from being a failing comedian to a popular sitcom writer and actor. But he was a bit of a loser. Like, he just lost his girlfriend, and she was dating this comedian, the successful comedian. So she was dating him, and you know, that obviously he hated that, like, she left him for him. And then he had a flatmate who was like really successful with women, and, you know, like a good looking successful guy and stuff that he had to live with. And so he sort of had that sort of conflict, but there was a lot of opportunity for comedy in there, like with the clashing of him and his roommate, and then he had a useless agent as well. So like there's a professional conflict with him and his agent. And yeah, so just that was kind of Ricky sort of inspired me to write that sort of sitcom, and it was very good. Yeah, I'm just kind of killing time right now till Omi gets streaming. Are you gonna stream, Omi? Are you on your way to do that? Hopefully. Oh, it's restarting 10 minutes. That was a good timing, because I'm off soon anyway. There's not really a huge amount of point in me starting to build anything here, really. We'll just wait and see if Omi's going to stream or not. If so, we can stick around and we can raid her. Might be able to answer a couple more quick questions. I don't know how much time I have, but if you guys do want to ask anything else, if there's anything else you want to talk about or whatever. Oh, I have something exciting as well. Always Oppo, yeah. Feel free to bring me more iron, or let me come and steal yours. I shouldn't really ask you to deliver it, seeing as I'm stealing it. You have what? Oh, can you have a pay rise now? Oh, I got a follow right at the end. XD Smosh. XD Smosh. Thank you, XD Smosh. Unfortunately, you've come in right at the end of this stream, but we will be streaming more, and I'm releasing a stream schedule soon, so you guys will know when I'm around, which I know has been something that's been requested by you guys. All right, be quick on me. I gotta go. Yeah, so that should be good. Double chest filled up from my last. I did indeed. I stole a double chest worth of iron. I think. Was it a double chest worth? Maybe a double chest worth of iron blocks. Maybe. It was a lot. Anyway, so thank you. I know XD. I'm sorry. I'm hanging around for a few minutes, and then we're gonna raid somebody else and watch them for a bit. So it's not all bad news. Where did you find me, XD Smosh? How did you stumble across me today? Yeah, it must have been Blocks Upper, I think it was. I took a lot. I felt a little bit bad, and I was like, well, if he needs it, I can always give him more back. And I was like, I know how active you are, so I was like, if you're around your base, then the iron farm's gonna be running. You will get so much iron anyway. I was like, he'll be all right. And it was a little bit payback for the diamonds, you know, that you conned out of me with your poker game. Oh boy, that was a shocker. Thanks, man. I do appreciate it. Really help. I've been AFK in my iron farm a lot, but I mean, as you can see, like, oh, where's my mouse gone? Oh no, I think my computer might have frozen. Okay, this is bad. Oh no. All right, here we go. Yeah, so like the amount of iron blocks we're using here is a lot, like, in this build. So, although I am doing a lot of AFK time at my iron farm, it's still, you know, a little difficult, right? Sorry, got a little bit distracted. Yeah, it's just still a little bit difficult to get enough of it, but I love that you can do this in Minecraft now, though, that you can actually build out of iron blocks. I mean, this is a big structure, and we're building out of it without too many problems, mainly because of Oppo, but still. Because, you know, back in the day, this would not have been at all possible, you know, and I think they're a really nice block as well to build out of. You have some, if I need it, you don't use them for anything yet. Okay. I might have to set you up on that, Aristo. I'll see how I go. I've got like a lot at the moment. I just need to keep, so I've got like all of this and all of this. So I just need to keep AFKing my iron farm, which I will, and then hopefully we can get enough of that. So we're just waiting on Omi, guys, so don't be mad at me for the poor quality of the end of the stream. Okay, this is Omi's fault. She's keeping you all waiting, like a typical woman. She's keeping us all waiting. But yeah, I always like raid somebody at the end of my streams. You're technically live. That's good enough for me. That'll do. We're gonna do a raid right now. Thank you everybody who came along. More streams coming soon. I hope you like this one today, and I will see you in the next one. Let's go and raid the wonderful Omi Mines in 6 seconds from now. Looks like everybody's ready. Alright. Thanks again, guys. See you in the next one.